Well, hello there, my good YouTube people. It's Bridget back again from It's Your Time channel. And we are finally out by the pool doing the relaxation mode. Okay, we talk a lot about other people and what we should do and how we should serve. And that is definitely part of our purpose in this life is to show up for people. But we first have to, and I'm telling you, I'm learning this. I'm learning it still. I'm learning it still, and I'm a late learner. We first have to show up for ourselves. So today, I want to talk a little bit about, even though we work hard as nurses, healthcare professionals, caregivers of family members and friends, you have to have that downtime. You have to do what it is that makes you happy. When I first made this channel, the slogan was "It's your time," because I was at a place I was making some decisions about my life and how I was going to live, moving into retirement phase and doing more things that just made me happy. And as I sit here and record, I realized that this house was there's a backstory on the house. Now, back when I bought this house, I was single, and my daughter was in the military. She was just getting out of the military, had done some intel, for 4 years. And my sister was sick, had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and it was pretty aggressive. Uh, sort of breast cancer, and she was on her second round of treatment, and she was moving to California to, be with me so I could, look after her and, just be there with her through the doctor's appointments, the treatments, things like that. California is a much more healthy lifestyle. As you know, I'm from the East Coast, I'm from New York. So when I realized that they were both going to be coming and probably coming in around the same month, I thought, well, let me try to see if I can find something that would be big enough for three grown women, and also I figured it's time. I've been a nurse for a long time. I think at that time it'd probably been about 20 years, and I was like, okay, let's see, let's invest some money. Let's do this instead of renting something, because it would have cost a lot of money to rent something that was big enough. I decided to go ahead and put some money and buy a house. Right, so this is the house. Total God thing, of course. I was looking around for a home, and in this neighborhood, it's kind of a bedroom community where I live. Lower taxes. The house, the mortgages weren't too bad. They weren't too high, but I've always loved swimming in a pool, and I like green. So I looked at another house that was probably about 8 or so blocks away, and it was nice. It was, upstairs, downstairs, and I kind of wanted that too, because I wanted to be kind of separated. I wanted to have like the upstairs. Know when you go upstairs to go to bed, you're kind of like in a whole different place. And then I started talking to people about, what it really was to own a home and the best investment ideas. Buying a home that's buy level is fine, but if you can buy something that's a single story, as you're getting closer to retirement, closer to an age where you don't want to go up and down the stairs all the time. And that wasn't me at the time, because I was perfectly fine and still do very well. Don't need um to worry about the stairs, but I'm so glad that I did. And when I looked at this house, it had an ensuite. So the master bedroom had its own full bath, walk-in closet, and a slider that walked off into the backyard. And out of the three women, my sister, my daughter, myself, I like to spend time outside the most. So I was like, well, you know what, God, if you approve me for this house, then I would appreciate it. I want this. This would be good. At least I'll have my own private area when I want to, go defrag and take my naps. And I was always work different shifts, nights and evenings and stuff. I would have that privacy and that time, and also to be able just to go right outside from the bedroom and actually look outside from the bedroom too. It has lots of big windows. The half of the room is windows, and see the pool and look at the backyard and just have that zen feeling, right? So and I'll tell you, one of the realtors, people are funny, period. People are just funny in general. Not sure what the problem was. I She wasn't my realtor. She's somebody that I ran into as I was looking for the house, and she was trying to tell me that oh, you're not going to get this house. And and I never let people know all my business. I'm like, when I was, because she wasn't my realtor, so I really didn't need to tell her a whole lot. But I did. I was trying to understand what did she mean and why was she so sure that I wasn't going to get this house. And I prayed and left it in God's hands. And if it was going to happen, God was going to open the door and I was going to walk through it. And that's how it was going to be. I remember going outside in the evening, driving by a couple of times. My daughter and I, we prayed over it, claiming that it was ours, and it came through, got the house. And where this ties in about being someone who will take care of things and choosing to uh, look out for yourself and invest in yourself, I didn't even need to ask for help for this house. I just went and borrowed money from myself, from my retirement fund for the down payment and bought the house. So it pays. It pays to put that little bit of money away when you're someone who's make I don't care how much money you're making. It whatever you set in your mind and your heart to do, put that money away. Don't think about it. Act like it's not there, because truly if you're saving it, it's not part of your expenses anyway. So I had probably at that point, I think I was doing 15% of my income, and I would put it in retirement, and it was a blessing. This was a second retirement. This was a 401 or 403b, right? But also I work for a company that has a retirement in and of itself, by itself. And let me tell you, making that decision to put that money away, because at the time, I still could use it. My daughter was finished with college, but we were still paying some student loans. I was helping, with my sister. There's always something that was going on, always some kind of expense, right? But that was a way, and I had forgotten about it, totally forgotten about it. And when it came up to me, and I was like, okay, I need to get this money for savings. When am I going to pull this money out of savings? I want to pull this money out of savings for like your emergency fund, and that would have exhausted that emergency fund and more, right? So I'm just grateful, and I want to encourage anyone who's thinking about, like, I can't afford it, I can't do it. You can always afford. I tithe. I make sure I put that away. And it doesn't have to be a religious thing, but just giving, whatever you set in your mind to give. If you're going to give, this amount or this amount of time or whatever, it always comes back to you. I made sure my tithes is always there, was always paid. This money went away. It was put away. And when I needed it for the house, I didn't even know what my balance was um, on both accounts. I had no idea. But the one that I had to pull from, I was like, oh my goodness, and I was able to get it. I had the money within 7 days to close on the house, and it has been a refuge, a safe haven, a joy to family, friends. The pool, we open up the pool to our neighbors for the kids to come out and swim, a couple of times a week. We have a big party here every year, and where we just like barbecue, cook up stuff, get a DJ, band, and all that, and just let people come and eat and drink and hobnob and socialize and dance. And God will make a way, is what I want to let you know. Whatever you need it, it'll be there for you. If you have been on the fence about that, things are tight, I've got a few kids, I got things, I got bills, or even that you want to invest, um, you want to put money away, or you've got sick family members and you have to, you know, send money back home. A lot of our nurses are from other countries, and they work a job or two and they send money back to their home country. Make sure, make sure that you put you first, put that little bit away, forget about it, let it earn its interest and do what it does. I promise you, you will not regret it. The year is coming that you're not going to want to work 2 and 3 jobs. The year is coming that you might not want to work one job, So make sure that you have something there for yourself. I hope that blesses somebody. Hope that encourages you to see me in my relaxed environment, enjoying the fruits of the gifts from my great God of the universe and the fruits of my labor. So be blessed. Take good care of yourself. If you found this helpful, or you know somebody who would find it helpful or be a blessing to them, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next episode. Blessings.